It's Week 18 of the National Football League. And we've got the Panthers, towering tight end, who's third in the league in catches this season and ready for more this week. It's the Panthers and the Giants under the
EA
lights
Sports coverage of the
Sunday
National
night.
Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. They're led onto the field by their quarterback, a man who's made quite the name for himself in the NFL, and that's Russell Wilson.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost. How does he eliminate that one interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with the receiver?
From the shotgun, Wilson. He's got this complete to Robinson. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now a 2nd and 10. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down. Stopped at the Panthers' 33. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. They'll go again with Tracy. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. That's leaking to the right, and he missed it by a foot or 2. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. That opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Newton to throw. Underneath, he's got Olsen. Only able to gain a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You talk about this Giant defense.
Coming into this one, ranked number 19 in the NFL against the pass.
And I think you're going to see some changes in the offseason, whether it's through the draft, free agency, maybe even both. They definitely need some help in the secondary.
He'll buy some time right. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there's a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. And part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And despite a nice juke there, really good move, he only gets gets about a yard, and it brings up second down.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
And he's going to get this pretty close to the first down marker at the Giants' 30.
There's so many definitions of a complete back. I think most people think a guy who can block, a guy who can catch, and a guy who can run. But how about when you put it all together as a runner? And you can fake people out, you can be shifty, and also run with some power and break tackles, as we just saw on that pickup.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Off play action. Newton. That one out wide and intercepted. It's Deonte Banks with it. And the Giants will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Yeah, they were in field goal range the last time out but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Wilson.
Now, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now Wilson.
He's got his target. That's complete.
He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 25 yards that time.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Tracy trying the right side.
Oh, nice move. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. They go play action now. Wilson. Man open is Robinson. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a 1st down.
On to give, it's Tracy. And he'll take this down to the 33. You look at this Carolina defense.
Against the pass, just numbers that they haven't liked. Number 30 in the league right now.
Defending the pass has not been one of their strong suits throughout the season, but they have any hopes of making waves in January. They've got to improve in this area.
He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
Well, this defense for the Panthers, they were excellent a week ago in the win over Pittsburgh.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a 1st down.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Shoves him away. He's still barreling through. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson.
Over the middle, he completes it to Robinson.
Down at the 2. Broke through first contact, but ultimately stopped shy of the goal line. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal. And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Things made a little more difficult after the false start as they try again on second and goal. They'll hand it to... Puts it on the carpet. It's out. Could have been a costly mistake, but as it turns out, they keep possession.
You can't give away these types of opportunities in the red zone. And I'm sure that was flashing through his brain as the ball escaped his hands. Fortunately for him, able to get picked.
This is caught. It's Robinson with a Giants touchdown.
A great play there with touchdown number 12 on the year.
And the Giants go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
The losing streak had taken on a life of its own, and I think it infiltrates a team when you're on that much of a slide. But this group has managed to focus, come out early, and put a touchdown on the board. They look like they mean business in this one.
They do. Now the key, holding on to that attitude, because, man, that streak has been a struggle for them. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Panthers offense and their quarterback coming out for their second drive. And he's been effective with the ball in his hands all season long. The NFL's leader among quarterbacks in touchdowns scored on the ground.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
And this is going to be a Panthers first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line. The Panthers are 12-4 now on the year, and they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset, being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
Second and 6.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football.
2nd and 6.
As they've got it as we resume action.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That one complete to the gap.
And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Newton now to throw. Underneath, he's got Olsen. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, You see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. Now Newton.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Deontay Banks with it. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
And New York set to take the field. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Now 2nd and 9.
Here's Wilson.
Open man, that's Malik Neighbors.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there, a big one.
Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Wilson. He's got his man Cruz. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
Now a 2nd and 2.
At the 36-yard line.
Play action. It's Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Derek Brown. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Here's Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he enters his final weekend as the league leader in rushing yards by a quarterback. He has been a dynamic dual threat all season long. On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive.
And he goes across the 20 to the 22. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. On his own read, a handoff here to Brooks.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
Now 3rd down and 7.
A 2-yard loss brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing is Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taken from just outside the 30. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give him 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. No points last time out. They were forced to punt, if you remember, but no time to dwell on that. They've still got the lead here and a chance to add to that here. 1st and 10 as this new drive starts. They'll start with a run by Tracy. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And that's well executed there on third down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Wilson. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And it'll be second down.
Here's Tracy.
And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold. Now Wilson. Cruz has it over the middle.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 33 as we ironically approach 3:33 remaining in the quarter.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. Throwing again here, Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only a yard in the completion. It's second and goal. In motion right is Robinson.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal.
Here's Wilson to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the ball's moved to about the 1 after the penalty. First and goal.
Now it's Tracy.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there.
His 12th rushing touchdown on the year.
And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So the previous pass interference call put the ball at the 1-yard line, and then they stick it in on the very next play.
And I love the play call right there. After you get the pass interference call, you've got a defense that's discombobulated a little bit, right? They're protesting the call, upset about what happened. Go right at them. Run the football, and the defense acquiesces, and the ball ends up in the end zone.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
To throw is Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
Now it's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Again, Newton. A quick throw there is incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Got a man, that's Leggett. And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9. This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. Here's Newton. That escapes the save. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. In motion left goes a tight end. Newton to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Panthers are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Giants offense and Russell Wilson headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
To throw is Wilson. Complete to Whalen. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, where it was the Jets who were able to come away with the win at home. Breece Hall, a touchdown run in the victory. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they were winners in that ball game over the visiting Cleveland Browns. Bucky Irving, a touchdown run in the victory.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. And the Panthers going to take over here to start quarter number 3. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it's second down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
This ball taken in here by Brooks, and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
That's a nice design there, but sometimes, though, you get so many blockers out ahead of you, they kind of slow you down and force you to adjust. You always appreciate guys trying to help you, but maybe one less there could have turned this into a bigger game.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Now, this is just the last thing you want to see in the final week of the regular season. Well, I hope he's okay. We'll step aside and be right back. Play action. It's Newton. That's pulled in by Brooks. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Newton now to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 30 yards there, and of course the first down as well.
That's the kind of play this offense desperately needed. They've got to be saying, our defense has kept us in the ballgame. We're down, but we're certainly not out. And maybe that was the spark that they've been searching for.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They run out of the gun with Brooks here. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up second.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
In motion left goes Smith. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 4th down.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
So they were facing the deficit coming out of the locker room at intermission, and at least they're able to get the field goal to cut into that deficit.
Yeah, now your offense feels pretty good about itself, right? A little bit more up to speed coming out of the break. You turn to your defense now and say, hey, we got 3 there. We're chipping into the lead. Can you help us out? Hold them. Let's get the ball back for us.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. Now it's Wilson. That's caught left side by Neighbors. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down. Throwing is Wilson. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. From the gun, it's Wilson. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. Now Wilson. And that is incomplete.
half coming up.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. They'll bring a tight end in motion right.
They'll start on the ground with Brooks. He'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. Deontay Banks there on the stop. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 16. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. And New York set to take the field. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now it's Wilson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Wilson.
loose inside the 30.
Touchdown, Giants. A big play there. 61 yards.
And the Giants are able to widen their advantage.
And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And he's going to be out of bounds across the 50. Great return. Carolina getting set to take the field. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
2nd and 5. Smith in motion right. He's going to handle it on the touch pass. Oh, this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Newton. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the 1st down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line.
55 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
Now Newton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. The tight end Olsen in motion. Here's Newton. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Panthers on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Back to throw, Newton. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Here's Brooks.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina.
Jonathan Brooks
taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
The Giants offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. 1st down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Wilson.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Wilson.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. The home team's offense and running back Jonathan Brooks set to go once more.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play.
You see that celebration from him after that stop? Those corners don't normally have the chance to get behind the line of scrimmage and hand them big losses. So when he got that opportunity, he certainly made it a memorable one.
That one complete till again.
So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. Newton now to throw. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Shoves him aside. 6-yard return after a punt of 48.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long.
Escaping the pressure, and a big loss here as he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
If they're able to come back to tie or win this game, I think this is a play that we're going to look back on as the game changer. They really changed the tone of what the opposition wanted to do when they're trying to run some time off the clock and add to its lead late in this contest.
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long.
On the run is Tracy.
And a nice move will yield nothing as he stopped behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. Here's Wilson to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That pass broken out by Elijah Mulder.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It'll be a 44-yard punt, 6 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time. We give you a look at what's going on there.
And you can see, as many of you already know, they have clinched the NFC South. But as it stands, Charles, they would still need to host a game on Wild Card Weekend.
And that's a good thing for them because coming out of your division, getting to the playoffs with an opportunity to host to start the playoffs, that's a pretty good way to get things going. Whoever came out of this division, we knew that they were going to be playoff ready, and this team certainly is.
To throw is Newton. Throw left side complete. That's Smith. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here.
Once again, it's Brooks.
Gets past one man.
And that one opened up for him well as he'll take this down to the 26-yard line.
That's another Panthers first down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
They fake the give. Newton. Wide open receiver complete. And hits it this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the 4th quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the 4th quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
So they make the decision. They want a 3-point lead versus a 2-point lead, and they got it.
Yeah, at this stage of the game, it seems like the exact right thing to do. put a little pressure on your defense, but the biggest thing now is you're making the other team chase you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
And New York set to take the field.
We certainly have a good one on our hands. They're trailing after that last touchdown, but now a chance for this offense to try to snag that lead right back here in the fourth quarter.
Now Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Second and 10.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Pressure comes in, he's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
And the Giants send out their punter now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return.
The home team's offense and their running back getting set for this next possession.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And he stopped immediately there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. Newton to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
Here's a handoff to Brooks running left.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Newton.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Panther first down. And it is celebration time on that sideline, and they've earned it.
And they take a knee. The Panthers down to a knee out of the victory formation.
That was an excellent come-from-behind victory, Charles, especially there in the fourth quarter. Both offense and defense were clicking. They're going to feel good about this one.
Boy, are they ever, because the deficit they faced certainly wasn't small. They obviously did not give up on that one, and in the end, how about that come-from-behind victory? They'll cherish this one for a while.